In this episode, posture is all about dad ass. That nice, round peach. That's all we want. That's all we need for posture. You just don't know it yet. And a beard. Posture is improved with a beard.
The sun is shining. The birds are chirping. The bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testicles. Welcome and schwelcome everyone to episode 616 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beardcast, broadcast, gaincast, mancast, and of course, nipplecast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex. Flex it for me. We all flex our biceps. Welcome to the Gain Train. Welcome to Pumptown. Welcome to the place where knowledge nukes reign supreme and intelligent fitness fisting goes right to the taint every damn day, because we're getting yoked from our head to our feet. I want to thank our sponsors today, Everest and K2, flexing on you. The gorilla is large and in charge, and I got my bottle today. I got my shake. Papa Swolio's got his kale. I'm a big boy. I'm a big boy. Every day live at 12 noon Eastern time. Thanks for watching. Remember, you can catch every episode right here at 12 on Instagram and Facebook whenever possible. I love to go live. And you can catch all the episodes on Facebook and YouTube as well in high definition. And remember, fam, float some hearts if you're loving the podcast as well, because if you want to catch some older episodes, but you're like, shit, I have a life, I can't go through 616 fucking episodes. How am I going to do it, Papa Swolio? I do have an hour and a half commute every day. What am I to do? Well, you head over to SoundCloud or iTunes, and you can listen to every single episode right there in your ear hole. So I'll just tickle your hammer and anvil all fucking day long if you want. You got 615 other episodes to crush through, so you're welcome, and let's get it on. So SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Papa Swolio is everywhere. Oh yeah, Snapchat if you want a little bit extra Swolio, but Instagram stories is where I lay my man pipe. And today is posture pipe. So posture is all about dad ass. You see behind me, if you can see that live. Posture is all about that ass. And I posted on Instagram stories yesterday that there is a company, let me look at it right here. I think it's called Upright Pose. Now, this is not like a review. I did not do any research aside from seeing the advertisement. And the reason is because I just wanted to go off just the concept of technology that addresses posture. So this is a device that goes on your neck. Like, I don't know if it sticks to it or what, but it's like a little pod that adheres right to the back of your neck, like your lower cervical spine, your upper thoracic, whatever. And when you slouch, apparently it probably has some kind of gyro or gyrometer or something in it. It knows when you slouch, so it triggers some kind of like low-level vibration that you feel, so you sit up more straight. So it's supposed to improve posture and, prevent slouching. Now, I feel like this is a product that was invented by someone from like the 1950s. Like, stop slouching, sit up more straight. So I want to get this conversation, I want to clear the air with this conversation. I want to talk a little bit more about what posture really is and how to truly improve your posture, because sitting up more straight does not fix the major problem of posture. I'm going to get into that in a second. So let me just say hi to some of the fam that's watching live on Facebook and IG. What's going on, Instagram? Make sure you just don't shave, hippie. Oh, big mangoes. It's Friday, bro. It's a perfect day for you to go fuck yourself. You can go fuck yourself. I'm not shaving. I'm a hippie. I'm not shaving. Why does having a beard make you a hippie nowadays? I'm just kidding. I love you, bro. Actually, I don't love you, but I don't even know you, but you're welcome to stay. You're welcome to stay. So long as you stop talking about me shaving my beard, you savage. Why would I do that? Genevieve, good morning. Love the new workshop posted in X last night. Oh, I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, that's right, X members. I did the inflammatory foods workshop last night, so I hope you enjoyed it. If you caught that, never shave. You see? If you want me to shave, tell me. If you don't want me to shave, tell me also. Let's get this debate raging in the comments as we do episode 616. So let me see a couple other comments, get me started. Who else is watching here? Trevor Marshall, an XLR cable, an input on the mic, it'll stop the lag. Actually, It has nothing to do. You're watching it live right now, Trevor. An XLR cable will be fine. I don't need one for what I do at this point. But the lag, you're watching me live. This is not plugged into the iPhone. So it's all perfectly timed when it's uploaded later in HD to YouTube or Facebook. And if it is a lag, for whatever reason, it's because I edited it improperly and I didn't align the audio files exactly. So yeah, an XLR cable would be nice. I choose to, focus a little bit more on the content rather than getting any more equipment. But I appreciate the input. That's, next upgrade. I'll get a different mic and I'll get the whole thing and I'll get the whole but I am tweaking some audio. So if any of you are audio experts and you want to message Papa Swolio and give me a helping hand and give me some additional advice, I am all ears. I do so much during the day. Sometimes research on improving certain things aren't in the cards. But yeah, this is not plugged in directly to any kind of live broadcasting. This is all iPhone stuff. So if there's a lag, it's your internet connection or it's Facebook itself. So that's also a possibility. That's a glorious beard. Oh, thank you. So let's talk about posture. Let's get into this already. So like I said, this device, and there's a lot of wearable tech, right? We have Apple Watches. Well, I'm pointing to like the hair on my wrist, but there's Apple Watches. Obviously, it's going to get more, augmented reality, mixed reality, virtual reality. We're starting to wear a lot more technology, okay? So you have the Fitbits. A lot of you, float some hearts if you use Fitbits. I don't, but it's tech, right? It's stuff that we can wear and use that gives us feedback either on apps on our phone or it tracks it and lets us know. It vibrates when we're getting sleepy at the wheel or something. Technology is going to be improving, automatic. Everything's more automated, right? So this company, I just saw an ad pop in my Facebook feed. I took a screenshot and I posted on my Instagram story. I'm like, I want to talk about this because we talk about posture a lot. And there's two types of posture. There's dynamic and there's static posture. So static posture is your posture when you're static, when you're not moving, and dynamic is your posture and your alignment when you're in motion. So they're both important and they relate. And what you do, to make this simple, because this is not going to be a 5-hour episode. I've done a lot of episodes on posture and we'll dig into this more and more. The concept of posture, what posture is the proper alignment of your joints and your skeletal system and your muscular system, when they're properly aligned. So when you're doing any kind of motion, there's an ideal alignment where one joint should be in this position, in order for everything to have minimal stress, minimal resistance, and optimal performance and movement. So when it comes to posture and letting us know about posture or alerting us about posture, I would think that these types of tech should be alerting us to the most important type of posture. Now, this product is a little sensor. It goes on your back, and it tells you when you're slouching, so you sit up more straight. Well, a lot of you know that right now I'm sitting down, but this is a standing desk. I elevated it so I can stand. If you want to improve your posture and you're at a desk a lot, you should be making it a standing desk. You can get these standing desks for fairly inexpensive. You can elevate your desk and stand. And the reason why a standing desk is more popular, or it should be more of a default, is because it promotes more activity because you're more likely to walk to the desk, walk away, be mobile, but it also keeps your hips in better alignment. Now, the reason why I'm not a big fan of this exact device, I think it's interesting, but it's really, the slouching. You need to, first off, it's exercise and corrective exercise and yoga that's going to help improve that. But the slouching is as a result of course, the monitor being in an improper position, but it's also the fact that you're sitting. So when it comes to posture, I'm not a fan of targeting the upper back as much as I am targeting the glutes. If you're targeting the glutes, you are going to be doing a lot more benefit than just, sit more upright. Because all that does is when, you say, okay, sit more upright, that doesn't strengthen weaker muscles. That just lets you know to try to work against the grain a little bit more. So if I just say, okay, sit up more straight, you're trying to activate weaker muscles and you're pulling against the imbalanced proportion. So you're not strengthening those smaller muscles. You're just trying to force yourself against it. That's why it starts aching and you're like, you get tired and you start slouching again. So one, it'll help if you raise your monitor and have the ability to have better posture. Two, it'll help if you stand up. But also if you're not working your glutes, and you're not activating the glutes and you're just thinking, okay, let me just arch my back more to fix my upper back, you're not fixing the problem. The fact is you're in hip flexion. Your glutes, you're sitting on your glutes, you're turning it into a fucking salami sandwich, and you are deactivating the muscle. Because when you get a massage, when you do foam rolling, when you do self-myofascial release, if anyone watching or listening does that kind of foam rolling, it's called inhibition. When there's pressure, ischemic pressure when you're cutting off blood supply, and there's also neural pressure, you are actually literally shutting down the brain's communication with those muscles. So when you're sitting for extended periods of time, not only is your hip in an angled position, so the muscles on the front, the hip flexors, are getting very, very tight and short, you're also deactivating the glute muscles. So you're compounding the imbalance in your hips. Now, has anyone ever played Jenga? Come on, show of hearts and stuff of those of you that play Jenga, or those those games at the bars where you have like the big blocks. Same thing, just a bigger scale. When you take one of those blocks out, the whole structure becomes imbalanced. You have to start readjusting and angling it in different ways, right? It can't be straight up and down. You have to take a block out on the other side, take a block out over here, and it starts looking more jagged and more imbalanced, even though it's staying upright. So an imbalanced Jenga structure is the way your body is. So if you're sitting down all the time and your glutes are imbalanced, you're not falling over, right? You stand up, you don't just fall over on your face. Even though your glutes are imbalanced, even though your glutes are not firing properly, even though your hips are out of balance and out of alignment, you are still standing upright. You're still balancing yourself. And that's because your body does a little Jenga thing. Your body does a little Jenga, miscommunication or misappropriation of energy and tension in order to stay upright. So just fixing or just saying, oh, sit up more straight, that doesn't fix the problem. You're still in hip flex and you're still jacking up your hips. Now, if you're standing upright and your monitor is straight ahead and everything is aligned and you have to sit up more straight and you're doing corrective exercise, it compounds the habit. Like you're working on creating that habit and creating that pattern, but you need to strengthen the muscles. You need to isolate and target these weaker muscles in the middle back, the rhomboids, the middle trapezius, the lower trapezius, doing cobras, doing yoga, doing these prone presses, and doing these exercises that we talked about in the 90-day dash, in Swolenormous X, some of the demos I've done here on Facebook and on Instagram. Activate those small muscles in the middle and mid-lower parts of the back, and the posterior rotator cuff, which will balance out the shoulder and balance out the cervical spine and the upper thoracic spine. You need to actively target and initiate these muscles because they're shut down, they're not being used. So bad habits is one thing, and having a little thing on your back that sit up more straight, it doesn't activate those muscles. It just tries to have those fire, and then you're gonna get fatigued and slouch again. It'll work to a low level, but you're not releasing the tension on the front. You're not helping those muscles and your posture actually create a better habit. You're just having something say, oh, sit up more straight, but your hips are still the problem. Like the foundation, the base, the core of it all is still misaligned. So not that that product is bad, not that it doesn't have its place, but I think it changes the shift. It shifts the focus to the posture being in where you see like, oh, stop slouching up here. Oh, I'm all better now because I'm sitting up straight. No, your hips are still jacked up. Your muscles are still weak on the back. The muscles are still tight and really overworked on the front, and you're not doing anything actively to target it after that. That device might be beneficial in conjunction with a corrective exercise routine, in conjunction with a dynamic posture routine, rather than just, oh, sit up more straight. It's like your mom like slapping your leg like, don't slouch, eat your vegetables. That's going to get fucking annoying. It lets you know when you have bad posture. Well, it's not telling you how to get better posture, period. It's just going to put you in a position where those muscles fatigue really quickly and you're going to start slouching again. It's just going to be vibrating on you all day long. So until you go to the actual source, until you actually start fixing where the problem starts, like with the hips, and start doing the glute activation, like those of you that are in Swolenormous X, the glute pack that I have in there, those of you that do those single leg squats, that do those glute activation exercises that are really balancing out the hips, those things are really going to help improve your posture, both dynamic and static. So that's just my take on posture. I want to know your feelings on posture, and I'll start with this question. I want to know what your do you have lower back pain? Lower back pain is a sign of repetitive movement patterns and improper posture. You could have shoulder problems, neck problems, ankle problems, knee problems. All these things are results of imbalances potentially that can be from, all of those things can be from having a sedentary lifestyle, sitting, hip flexion, knee pain, ankle pain, lower back pain, shoulder pain, neck pain can all come from being sedentary. So don't tell me that one little piece of tech that goes on your spine is going to correct all those things. You need to go to the problem and stop putting Band-Aids on your shit. So let's take a couple questions and comments. FAPO 101, prone press has changed the game for me. Thanks for the demo, helped a lot. That prone press is legit. Brandy Lund, as a nurse on Facebook. As a nurse, when I'm not doing patient care, I'm doing charting. I started standing to chart and hip pain went completely away. It's sometimes that simple. All it is just a little change to your habit, and you don't realize. You don't realize how much it's compounded, how much of a habit that is over the course of years and years and years and years. Chet Lastowski, corrective hip exercises were huge, absolutely. Improved my posture and lower back pain has gone away. Yes, I have lower back pain. I'm sorry to hear that, Alex. I use a Polar watch, and I use it for us all to tell time. Yeah, right. That's a glorious beard. Keep it. That's the comment of the day right there. No shave ever. Nathan Berry, yes, I've been wanting for some in-depth posture talk and, of course, proper lifting form. Hell yeah, man. And there's a lot of other episodes. I've done a lot of other episodes on posture. So just so you know, if any of you want a specific episode, don't ask me. I'm not going to be able to be like, oh, that was episode 372. Like, I don't remember what happened yesterday. However, you can go on YouTube and type in Swolenormous plus the keyword of your choice, and any episode that has that keyword in it will pop up. So if you type in Swolenormous and then space posture or Swolenormous plus posture in the search bar, all my episodes will come up that I've done talks on posture or glutes or shoulders. So if you do a search like that on YouTube, my videos with those tags will pop up because I tag each video appropriately for what's in it, and you'll be able to find those things. So make sure that if you want anything specific, and then after you do that search on YouTube, you can go on SoundCloud or you can watch it or listen to it wherever you want. But the search on YouTube is fantastic. So if you want to find a specific episode, I would recommend going on YouTube to do so because it's the quickest way to do it. Just curious, what did you used to do for work? I've always been in fitness. I've owned gyms. I've done public speaking for fitness. I've done training videos. I've been a personal trainer. I've taught for the National Academy of Sports Medicine. I taught personal trainers to be personal trainers. So I've done education for fitness for years, and obviously still doing it now, but doing it on my own. So Papa Swole is a fucking rogue. Oh, thank you. So that's what I've done for work. I've always been in fitness. I always followed what I enjoyed doing, but it's only until I started Swolenormous where I really fell in love with my life and what I wanted to do. I really found, I really found my purpose when I started Swolenormous. So that's why the passion is through the fucking roof, and that's why I never quit, because I love this, and this is what I love to do. So I'm just grateful that all of you are here. So thank you for your attention. Let's see, get a couple more comments here. Yes, I'm an IT to get away from the desk whenever possible. Just be more mobile. But if you have to sit down, let's say you have a company or something where you're required to sit down, like you're not allowed to bring in a standing desk. Sometimes if you go to HR or you talk to your company, if you say, like, let's say even if you'll pay for it, because sometimes they're like $200-300, but if you'll ask, is it okay if I get a standing desk, blah, 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 I will pay for it, X, Y, and Z. Sometimes they'll let you do that, and you can improve your quality of life on your own. They just don't want to use that as an expense and buy 500 new desks for everyone. But some companies are really, dickholes like that. So if you can't stand up, you need to be as mobile as possible. And then outside of work, you need to be doing as much activation for the glutes, as much balancing for the hips as possible, so you can avoid any of these chronic injuries and chronic pains. Because you can avoid it and minimize those risks, but if you're sitting down slouched all day long, you're going to get jacked up eventually. Or you're going to look like Quasimodo when you're 60 and have that, how old people have that huge like hunchback? They look like they have like fucking traps. They look like turtles, just massive like upper back, like just literally hunchback. And real bad cervical degeneration. It's because of poor posture and, not knowing and not doing any of this activity for years and years and years and years, like 70, 80 years. That's why they look all jacked up and hunched over. So proper posture will help improve your discs. You won't lose as much height as you age. It'll keep you more pain-free. It'll improve your strength. It'll improve the way you look more powerful. It'll improve your confidence, your emotions, because with better posture comes better mood. You ever notice when you sit up more straight or stand up more straight, pull your shoulders back, you feel like the cock of the walk. You feel more fucking like in control. It's all related. So what would you recommend for the rest period between sets for the Ignite series? 30 seconds to a minute. 30 seconds to a minute for that. Good question. So everyone, thank you so much for joining me for episode 616 of The Daily Swole. Obviously the most muscular Swolecast and podcast in the realm. Obviously, because when I flex, you flex. We all flex our biceps. And I don't really think I have to say it's the most muscular. I could just say, this is a podcast, obvi, and you know the rest. gorilla grunts and mating calls for days. Thank you for joining me for episode 616. I shall see you mañana for Saturday, episode 617. Remember, you can catch all the episodes right here on Facebook and YouTube and listen to the podcast on SoundCloud and iTunes. And I will catch all of you on Instagram and Instagram stories. I am blowing the shit up out of Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, go to Instagram at Swolenormous and hit the follow button and follow Papa Swolio. And those of you that are in and are members of Swolenormous X, if you have not yet watched the inflammatory foods workshop that I posted in Swolenormous X last night, make sure that you go and check that out because it's awesome, and leave a comment below because I want to know, all of you members, what you thought of it. And if you want in on Swolenormous X, you want to check that out, go to swolenormousx.com. So fam, peace McGeese, deuce McGoose, Papa Swolio, out.